This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to be here helping you with playing the guitar. This is the second lesson in this new series coming out on Saturdays where we be jamming. We're learning to improvise solos or play lead lines over various chord progressions and grooves in the rock and blues and pop and folk styles. So super fun, something that I love doing, and I think it is such a fun time to be jamming. So here on Saturdays we be jamming together. Now in the last lesson we learned the minor pentatonic scale. We learned one form of it, the most common one that we learn and the best one to start with, and we improvised. We worked on improvising over a 12-bar blues in the key of A. We've got that 12-bar blues up here on the board. We jammed over a backing track that is available on the channel, and you can find that down. There's a link down in the description below. There is also the Jam Along backing track playlist on the channel, and you can find all the backing tracks there. So you can play right along. We're going to be using that one again today as we're just getting a couple foundational things going, and then as we work through with these, we'll be getting new backing tracks, new jam along tracks, new grooves, new chord progressions, and so on each week. Super fun to be jamming in this way as we learn various techniques, and I'm hoping that it'll mostly be an intuitive thing. One of the things that my in-person students get is they get to jam right along with me, trying to do it in a way that you can jam right along with me here on these lessons and learn intuitively as much as me demonstrating and explaining things. So in this second lesson, we're looking at the blues scale, which adds one note to that minor pentatonic that we learned in the last lesson. And I've got some licks. I got 10 licks to go through with you. Learning licks and sort of just seeing some things spelled out that way can help us as we're starting to learn to improvise. So I've got that, and then we'll be using this language to improvise over the backing track and just play together. So that's what we've got happening in this lesson. As we get started though, I'm going to go ahead and play through a chorus of the blues, just improvise a little. You can play along with me if you'd like to, get us sort of in the mindset of what we're working on, get us in that focus, and hopefully feeling good. So we'll hear and four and in the snare drum, and we'll be in. Let's do it. Okay, with that introduction, let's go ahead and take a look at the blues scale. So with the blues scale, we get one extra note compared to the minor pentatonic that we worked on in the last lesson, and that's the sharp 4 or flat 5. So the blues scale has the root, the flatted third, the fourth, the sharp 4 or flat 5, the 5, and the flat 7. So we're adding this sharp 4 or flat 5 to the game. In the key of A, that goes A, C, D, D sharp or E flat, E, G, and A. So that's the theoretical side. We can look over here at the form. So we got the same pentatonic form that we were working on in the last lesson, but these squared notes show us where we add that sharp 4 or flat 5. And we know for the key of A, if you didn't see the last lesson, in the key of A, we're going to have our root note, which has the square around them there. That's going to be at the 5th fret, that lowest one, because that is where the A note is on the 6th string. So from there, we would have 1 and then up to that 8th fret with the pinky. So 5th fret, 8th fret, and then 5, 6, 7 on the next string, and then frets 5 and 7, and then 5 and 7 and 8 now, and then up to the next string 5 and 8 and 5 and 8. So you want to get that scale down, learn where those notes are. It's okay to work this where you're just going to play it right there at that 5th position, meaning our index finger is in the 5th fret. But it's also a great idea to play it in all the positions. So you could start down in 1st fret and play through that blues scale. Then you can move to the 2nd position and play it there. And practice playing it in each of the positions. That's a great thing to do just to sort of learn the scale and get it down. I'm going to assume you're going to work on that scale and work on it in different ways. But for right now, we're playing in the key of A. So that blues scale in the key of A, right there in the 5th fret, we go ready and... like that. So having that there opens up a few more options when we are improvising. So if we went back to what we were doing in the last lesson where we just look at pieces of it at a time. We got our root, that's sort of our home note there in the middle at that 7th fret on the 4th string. And now when we go up to the 3rd string, we've got this extra tension that we can add in there. You can slide into it, you can slide, pull off from it. So you can just get comfortable having that note in there. Of course we have it on the lower string as well, on that 5th string. We don't end up soloing down there very often, but sometimes we will use those pitches on that 5th string. So you just want to play around with a little bit and get some ideas flowing, get comfortable. And with that, in this lesson, I actually have 10 licks that I'm going to go over with you to sort of get some ideas flowing. Down in the description below, there is a link for a free PDF copy of these licks, and I'm going to go through them one at a time with you. On the sheet music, they're written in both standard music notation and tablature. The tablature just show the fingerings. You get some little markings there with the standard music notation that can help with how to actually play each one as far as bending and inflections go. And you can change up these, you can develop them and make them your own. This gives you a place to sort of get started. It can really help to just get some licks, work through some different things. So we're going to work through these 10 licks a little bit together, and then we'll go ahead and jam right over that backing track and have a great time jamming. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this first one. So lick number 1, it sounds like this. Now as you're looking on this paper, you're going to notice the tablature there shows you where to put your fingers, but up in the standard music notation there's some help with little inflections that I might be throwing in. Some of them you might have to just get intuitively by ear, but there is a little help there. So for example, you see in that first thing a little slur from that first note to the next. I did a hammer on there, and then that little bent line above that next pitch indicates a bend for us, and then that squiggly line tells us a little reverb. So I'm shaking my finger to do that reverb. When I'm doing the bend, I'm just taking that string on the 3rd string and I'm pulling it towards the floor just a little bit. So hammer on, bend, and then vibrato. The attitude by which something is played is really as important or more important than the actual pitches that we're playing. So we only have 6 notes now with the blues scale, but with those 6 notes we can add a lot of character, a lot of inflection. And really when we start bending, we're kind of actually going to other pitches as well. That's how that one sounds. You can play it slow, play it fast. So that's lick number 1. Now I'm going to go over lick number 2. It sounds like this. So you get that pull off, pluck, pluck, and then that vibrato. So that's a great one. That's how that one works. Number 3, we're going to start off with a bend for 3 counts, and then when you play 5th fret to 5th fret, you're going to need to do a little bit of a sort of laying your finger down in barring fashion and come up to the tip, and then back to that ring finger. So we've got this big bend, 2, 3. Now you have a couple choices with the bend. You can do a bend, and I'm bending pretty far. You can bend and then return, or you can just bend and then go on to the next pitch. Or you can bend, return part way. So those are different ways you can treat that. Depending on how long I hold it, I might do it differently. I usually return at least a little bit, but maybe not all the way. So if I take it faster, you'd have... So bending really gets that blues sound in there. So that's the third one. The fourth one we've got here goes... a couple little pull-offs. It's indicated as a slur. You can do a pull-off in that pinky to the ring finger. You could also slide. I do pull-offs in both cases, but my pinky's pretty in good shape considering all the different styles of music I end up playing. Oops. Play it a little slower. Play it a little faster. So we've got that. That's number 4. Number 5, something fun to do within the blues scale and the pentatonic scale is to play more than one note at the same time. And do that with Johnny B. Good. So you got this little slide here. Just playing those top 2 strings at the same time. We're going to slide in from the 4th fret to the 5th fret and doing that. Just like that. That's how that starts off, and then... So the whole thing sounds like 1, 2, 3. Again, a little faster. Or you could go super slow. So that's number 5. Then number 6, we got this little hammer on. So, just like that. Play it a little faster. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. So a nice little lick there. You can play with the rhythm on these. You can change it up, moving forward and backward. Number 7. That hammer on, and then you're going to do this little slide with that grace note there. Slide from the 7th to the 8th fret and come back. Hammer on, bend a little bit, and then we've got the vibrato. So it sounds like. Play it a little faster. And a little faster. So that's a fun one. If we look at number 8, we slide into it in the same fashion that we were just doing in the last one. And then we got a pull off there. So I'll take it a little bit here without me talking. And a little bit faster. So, kind of a great one there. And then with the 9th one, we're going to just work these top strings. We got this pull off from the 8th fret to the 5th fret. So you got that. And I'll play a little faster. So that gives you an idea. With this number 10, we're going to do this bend in that pinky. And then, so it goes. And I'll play a little faster. Just like that. So I'll play it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's some ideas, and you can manipulate them and change them and get some of your own flowing. That's one of the easiest ways to sort of start getting some ideas flowing of your own, is to just sort of learn some that have been written out or steal some from somebody else's playing. But with that, let's go ahead and play over this backing track and improvise together. I'm going to apply some of these ideas. Really, I ran through them kind of fast, and you'll probably need to just sit with each one as much as you need to sort of get it down and get some ideas flowing. But we're going to go ahead in this lesson and play over this backing track together, improvising that solo over that A blues, 12-bar blues in A, using this blues scale, which brings in that new high tension note there, that sharp 4 or flat 5, which is super fun to play with. So let's do it. Okay, super fun. At least I hope it's super fun. Now, I know with my own journey that the more I just sort of did it, the more I had more ideas coming and just sort of had fun with it. So have fun with it, jam along. That backing track is available on the channel without me playing over it, so you can play over that as much as you want to. There is a link in the description below. You can also look on the Jam Along backing track playlist, and you'll find all the backing tracks that come out with various lessons on the channel. So super, super fun. Now, in the next lesson, we're going to be looking at a new groove and a new chord progression to be improvising over, and it's going to be awesome. So I will see you next Saturday when we be jamming together. Take care, keep at it, and we'll see you again. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.